So let's talk a little bit about string manipulation. Aside from the slicing operation we can do with our list of characters, or as we know as strings, we can also manipulate our string with some functions that already exist in that class. But before we do this, let's do a quick review on single and double quotes. As we know, if we say something like print hello or print hello with double quotes, the effect is pretty much the same, right? And the same thing is valid when we have some special characters that we want to make sure to print it out their actual values. So let's say if we have the word doesn't, like this, we have to make sure that this special character right here, we want to use the literal of that value. So we want to use the slash, the backslash, and then the single quote sign. And this happens pretty much the same way when you're using single quotes. Let's say if for some reason I want to use something like you said yes, like this, you have to make sure that you're using the backslash, so you go there and take it out the actual literal value that we have for those strings. Like in here, I want to print it out the double quotes as saying you said whatever. In this case here, you said yes, or the doesn't, I want to use the single quote value that we have there. But that pretty much we already know. Now, there are some operations that we can do with our strings. So let's say we have a string here and the string says hello world, and then we have an exclamation sign and the space like this. And we want to go there and verify some things, like for example, is it the word world? Is it the word world here is in our string? We can verify that. We can also verify and print it out the length of that string. So if we go there and say, hey, what is the length of string? What we'll have there, the first thing here, we know it's true because this substring, as we even select here, we see that both strings are selected, and the second one we're printed out the length of the whatever the value that our string is referencing. Also, we can use some functions to go there and find substrings. So if we say that we have greeting and we want to figure out if a specific string is part of it, as in, hey, is it the substring hello of LO, is it there? We can go there and print it out this, as we're going to see. Also, if we want to just try to substitute, oops, there's a typo there, so we do as in greeting, and we want to replace a specific string by another. Let's say I want to change this here to something as, I don't know, Y, and we can go there and print it out. What we'll have is in the first here, we found where the string here is located, and then the second one we substitute the LLO by a Y. One thing curious enough about this here, let's say we want to print it out a string that does not exist in our string. Let's say I want to find ZZ. If we don't find a string, it prints it out -1. Okay. There are also other functions that we can go there and use it in our favor. Let's say I want to make sure that is it my string here starts with a given pattern. Let's say this starts with hell. If we do this here, we have a truth, and this is particularly important when you're building regular expressions. You want something to start with or ends with, or you want to verify if it's alphabetical or if it's alphanumeric, if it's a digit, and so on and so forth. You can just use those pre-established functions to do your coding. Okay, so thank you and happy coding.